I don't know when we're getting the fight announcements. But what I do know is, chat, and this time I fucking mean it, unless I have another abysmal fucking adventure. Sometime in the near future, for the fight night cards in the Apex, I'm doing half weeks. It's gonna have to, dude, the pay-per-view week, I'm gonna be here non-stop all throughout the week, grinding, hustling, grinding. But for the Apex cards in the future, you may not see me Monday through Wednesday. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to try and travel the world. Richard Hughes, thank you for the membership, dude. I appreciate you. Fair, to be honest. Yeah, I'll have, like, videos ready to upload, and maybe I'll find a way to go live. But I'm not going to guarantee it. You know what I mean? I'll try and go live from, like, a hotel I'm in if the internet's good enough, and maybe do something like that. But, dude, I'm 26 years old, and I'm going to be 27. Not soon, but, like, not far away. And I've done nothing with my life. And I've said this before, but I think now's the time, you know? Yes, the Apex cards are soul-sucking. What's up, Fight Fairy? Fuck, man. I'm looking at I'm just looking at Blanchfield versus Barber and Burns versus Morales, and I'm just thinking, dude, what do I need? I don't need to be here for Monday through Wednesday for those, you know? And when I do come back, I'll be streaming more, you know? You make good money, so at least that's something. I know, but that's not everything, dude. I'm making money, but I'm just looking at it in my account. It's just like, this is useless to me. It's great. It really is, but I don't do anything with it. So I need to start doing stuff with it, you know? Thank you very much. Midlife crisis at 26. Chat, yes or no? It's cool and acceptable to have a midlife crisis at 26. I don't want to be traveling the world, chat. And when someone asks me how old I am, I say I'm 34. That's sad then. You know? Well, you ain't got a family yet? Oh, no. If I say, I'm 26, just traveling about, then they'll be like, it makes sense, you know? So, like, it's good to have your midlife crisis early while it's acceptable to have a midlife crisis, you know? I think so, anyway. I mean, even if I went to a club now, I'd feel fucking cringe. Someone asks how old you are. Oh, I'm 26 years old. In a club? I went to a club when I was fucking 17. You're singing rules. Thank you very much. How could you like Bilal better than Gary? I don't know, dude. Gary just makes my fucking skin crawl. It's weird. Do you think humanity makes it or are we cooked? I reckon humanity will die before the world dies, dude. Retards and, like, subhumans are having more children than... Oh, my God, chat. I'm actually going to put out a tweet. Like this tweet. Dude, my little cousin's elementary school class, to say it in your terms, half the class have Down syndrome. I'm just going to put it on Twitter now. I had it pre-written. I'm just going to put it on Twitter now. I said it down. When I was in school in the UK as a child, there were about 2 kids per year that might have been autistic or had a disability. In my little cousin's year group in elementary school, half of his class has Down syndrome. What the fuck is happening? This is not normal. I swear to God, dude. I swear to God. Half the class has, like, severe autism. I swear. It's insane. It's insane how many kids are autistic these days. Absolutely insane. I just tweeted it out now. Go like the tweet, dude. Let's get it trending. We need to raise awareness to this problem. It's insane. So, yeah. It's definitely vacation and not 16-hour screen time since age 2. Yeah, definitely vaccines. But I think it also could be them as well. But that's always been a thing, right? Not always, but, you know, the previous generation has been a thing. But, yeah, it's terrible. Autism is different. You might have it. You might have Asperger's because I can't say arse. I also think it's like women having children way older. You know, I think there's a lot of kids, and there's also a lot of young kids as well, but there's a lot of kids being born to, like, parents that are, like, 40. If you ever see a Down syndrome kid, you always think they're being looked after by their grandparents. They're not. That's a shock. I always thought that when I was younger, like, why are Down syndrome kids always being looked after by their grandparents? They're not. You know what I mean? That's their parents. Like, having kids too old is drastically bad for that type of thing. What's up with DDP? He's not injured. Made up. Literal made up thing. He's not injured at all. He just wasn't going to be ready for June on International Fight Week. So every MMA media platform and Khamzat Chimaev and Baralho themselves just ran with the idea that he was injured. I don't understand. So Guru was wrong. I wasn't wrong. If you're talking about Dricus not being injured. Dude, I went off of the fucking MMA news for a day straight about that topic. I even waited. I even saw the news and thought, nah, not today. I'll see if any other things pick this up. And they did. The MMA news just straight up picked up that Dricus Du Plessis was injured. So I was like, okay, well, there you go. And we didn't get a reply from him straight away, so... And Dricus even said, you know, first of all, you're the one who pulls out with injuries all the time. He didn't even clear up that he wasn't. There was never a fight signed, he said. So it's just like, he didn't say I'm not injured, you know? So I just kind of went with it, which is unfortunately. Dricus, dude, unbelievable levels of mental warfare, dude. We've never seen anything like this before. What fight are you talking about? Dricus is an absolute chad, sees fake news that he's injured, lets the news go around, lets Kaio believe that he could get a title shot, and then 2 days later just casually denies it. True. He ragdolls frauds out. You know what? I'm absolutely convinced with this level of aura behind a fake injury news that comes out, Dricus absolutely destroys Chimaev. Thank you for the 10 Australian dollars. Tuivasa is reportedly 986 pounds. It's sad. Okay. Thank you for the $2. Fair enough. Yeah. I'm hearing it's over 1,000. Growing up, did you get in many street fights? No, I didn't get in many street fights growing up. I got in like a scuffle outside of school once, but it was barely a thing and I didn't even do anything. It was just like a what type of thing. But nothing even happened. Did I get in many street... no, I never got in any street fights. I got in a lot of school fights, but no, I think street fights are retarded things. I wasn't in the streets after about 18. I was hanging out now and then, but I never really got in any fights when I was younger. But no, once I was finished with school, I just sort of thought I need to make something of my life. So I didn't hang around on all that anymore. Remember years ago, you and your friend were supposed to go halves on a camera because he was starting a film thing? We did. That was ages ago. That was before I even started YouTube. I was just telling you that as a past thing that happened. Thank you for the £5. Who are you? Who are you, actually? No, I must have said that ages ago as something that happened in the past. We had already done that. Unless I was 19 when that happened. Yeah, we wanted to make short films. I wanted to be a movie director, but it never ended up happening. But we still went halves on a camera. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the 11 months. How was the girl that you brought up a couple weeks ago? I don't know. I haven't seen her, to be honest with you. I haven't been thinking about it. Cyril gets a title shot off of a clear robbery. Please no. I know, it's awful. And then he robs Tom Aspinall and they rematch him against Jones. And he loses immediately. Did you see Bisping mention you at 1 hour, 38 minutes on the podcast? Yeah, but he mentioned me for like 30 seconds. And he just said, you know, Guru made that video. After Strickland brought up the dog stuff. I made Strickland bring up the dog stuff. People forget, man. Strickland directly responded to me about the dog stuff and brought it up because I told him to. I made Adesanya cry twice. Who are the top 3 UFC girls you want to triangle you? Norma Jamont, Macy Barber, I don't know. Someone else. Natalia Silva's pretty cute. Thank you for the 2. Guys, Anthony Smith crying, walking out the cage just to get spinning wheel kicked and knocked out and dying on his way to the hospital is not funny. I'm not laughing at that. Thank you for the $5, dude. Smiths, you're attacking my family. Sounds NPC. It really does. I can't let you get close. Sean Brady goes off on Ian Gary. Biggest claim to fame is losing a decision to Shavkat, crying like a baby he didn't get a title shot off a loss. And now claiming he will get a title shot if he beats number 13 in the world. Make it make sense. Good shit from Sean Brady again. Good shit from Sean Brady again, I guess. There you go. Not the animal shit again. Yeah, we're not getting into that again. Indian version of Rocky where he trains by chasing a female tourist instead of a chicken. He's weaving out the way of trains. You can do it, Jeet. You can do it. And he's pooing his guts out. I give it a 10. No better motivation. One of the only non-provoked bear deaths in US history was when a completely healthy black bear killed a native student, Dash Patel, in 2014. Yes, an Indian. How did they manage to die in these ways? I don't know, dude. Maybe the universe sending a message, but I don't actually know how they died doing that. Another Indian died doing a backflip after a soccer game. Jesus Christ. Thank you. How is it karma? Chris Kisser. Jesus. Indian reported to have died via water slide aside. All right, thank you for the £2. Just because it was kind of washing him, he just melted. Shut up. Any mainstream Twitch streamers you can tolerate? No, none of them. Not at the moment. There was a time during the pandemic when I was watching XQC for a bit, but he's just fucking retarded. So no. And only because of Moxie and fucking Jesse, that guy he was playing with for a bit. It was kind of funny. But other than that, no, they're not funny. And I'm too old now to watch these streamers. They're for kids, right? Back in the day, streaming used to be for like 18 to 25-year-olds to watch. Nowadays, streaming is for literal children to watch. Like, I remember when streaming was like an adult thing to do. Like, oh, you're watching a streamer? You're like a 19-year-old at university watching a streamer. You know what I mean? But nowadays, it's literally fucking 4-year-olds watching. Ever donate to XQC? No, I never donated. I used to watch Tyler 1 and Greek God X when I was younger. That was really good. Those were great times. Thoughts on Shannon Sharp? Skill! Rape! Oh, he didn't rape someone, did he? Thank you for the $2. It seems like he didn't, but at the same time, dude, you're 50-something years old. Why are you, like, lusting after a 19-year-old OnlyFans girl? Get a fucking life. Like, you can't go for a normal 20-something-year-old girl. You're, like, fucking gooning over a fucking 19-year-old OnlyFans girl. So much so that you're meeting up with her as Shannon Sharp and letting her record it. You're giving her that much power just to nut. Well, he's down bad, dude. My grandma needs a new wheelchair. What's your discount code again? And which model do you recommend? I'm not in a fucking wheelchair. All right, there we go. Apparently Sharp met her more than 100 times for BDSM sessions. She's a baddie, but come on, bro. Spent almost 6 decades on Earth, and he can't control his lust. Almost 60, and is still tripping over his own dick. I mean, I don't know. It's just going to get him, like, in trouble. But at the same time, chat, we are at a time in the world where degeneracy wins. Shannon Sharp's next episode of his pod is going to get more views. This will not negatively affect him, this level of degeneracy that has come out about him. Degeneracy is rewarded by social media. It's an absolute fact. So, this won't affect him. Oh, no, he got caught. Just like, chat, guess what? Just like a couple months ago, when Shannon Sharp got caught fucking someone in the background of an IG Live. Remember when that happened and no one cared? And just a few months before that, another thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... Dude, degeneracy rises to the fucking top. It's just the way the world is right now. It's a fucking retarded culture. In a parallel universe, assume we've got to see these fights. Please pick a winner. 1, GSP versus Silva. 2, GSP versus Habib. DC versus Kane. John Jones versus USADA. Well, Jones beats USADA. We know that because they're owned by the UFC. Especially if they're a woman, in this case. DC versus Kane. Kane. Late rounds, TKO. GSP Silva. I would have gone GSP in his prime. I think Silva had a bad wrestling habit on the ground. I think GSP's BJJ would have been good enough. I could see him getting an armbar off top, going to bottom position with it. GSP Habib, I think Habib would have beaten him at the time that they would have happened. But in prime for prime, I don't know. Might still go GSP. But I don't know. People forget, man. MMA Guru could put a wolf in a twister. No, I don't know about a wolf, but any dog stands no chance. Let's not start this again. If Islam versus Ilya happens, who you really rooting for? Ilya Tapuria. He's so cool, dude. Ilya's so cool. What fighter has the most overblown losses for the general public, and why JDM? The Hafez and Burns fight are so against him for casuals. Overblown losses, yeah. I mean, it actually might be JDM. Why is it JDM? It is. It absolutely is. He clearly won the Basil Hafez fight. He did get held down, but any other fighter would get, dude, the guy just held him down and didn't do anything. But for JDM, he just doesn't get any of that at all. I don't understand. Thank you for the 50 Mexican dollars. I don't know. Ranked top 5 Asian fighters ever. The Korean Zombie, Li Jingliang, Zhang Wei Li. I guess Tatsuro Taira's top ranked. And then Kyogi Horiguchi's got to be in there. Thank you for the 27 Swedish krona. Why you're trying to look? I'm not, dude. I've just got curly hair. Like, why are you crying again? Good lord. Go MMA. You say the wrong thing, and I can neutralize a source of your income in a snap of the fingers like that. You little leech parasite human. Add that to the outro of your fucking video.